Hi guys, I'm Coach Abby with Ball and Fit Body Bootcamp.
And I am Coach Mike, also with Ball and Fit Body Bootcamp.
And today we're going to talk a little bit about the lower half of our body, making sure that we've got proper form, proper movement with those joints.
All right, so what we're going to talk about today is just hip asymmetry. So a lot of us, just based off our daily habits, whether it's how we sit, if we sit with our legs crossed and then tend to lean to one side, if we have kids and we like to plunk a kid on our hip, however we drive. So if you drive with your right hand up, you might lean and have that little bit of a shortened hip on this side. So we have these QL or quadratus lumbarum muscle that attach from the spine into the hip, which creates this motion here that kind of hikes the hip up. So when we're constantly in that position, whether it's even how we stand, so if you stand with one foot in front of the other, that QL gets shortened and it actually hikes the hip up, and it makes it look like we have a discrepancy in our leg length. So that's what we're going to address today. So I'll have Abby do a quick squat for us. So she's going to face the wall, and Abby's going to do a messed up squat for us so we can see what it would look like if somebody had a hip asymmetry. So you see Abby's shifting over to the right. So a lot of times what's happening there when people are shifting over to the right is her QL over here would be tight, which is hiking that hip up, which then kind of shortens that right leg, and then all the weight just shifts over to that right side. So the next thing we'll do to correct that is we're going to grab a PVC pipe. First we're going to measure and check to see if there is an actual leg length discrepancy or if it's a functional issue, and then we'll do a corrective. Okay, so we've seen Abby squat and noticed that there is a hip asymmetry. She's kind of shifting to one side. So what we're going to do now is test Abby and see if there is a leg length discrepancy here. So what we're going to do, we're going to get Abby all the way up against the wall. And typically you don't want a baseboard on the wall, you want it to be a flat wall. But the back, the low back and the hips are going to get all the way up to the wall, and then the legs are straight out. And then from there, what we're going to do, we're going to come in front here and check. I'm going to put my thumbs right on the inside of our ankles, right on that bony process there. And then I'm just going to give the legs a little bit of a shake, pull the legs out, and then have you shift back in for me. And then we're going to check to see if there is a leg length discrepancy. So you can see on this one, the left leg is a little bit shorter than the right one. So the next video we're going to do will be a corrective to fix that issue. Now it is a temporary fix, but it is very helpful to have before you go into a session. Okay, so we've determined through the assessment that Abby's left leg is a little shorter than the right one. So what we're going to do here is Abby's going to lay on her back, and then we're going to take the PVC pipe, and it's going to go in front of the left knee and behind the right knee. So bring both knees up. There we go. And then Abby's going to hold the PVC pipe in place. And the idea is she's going to push with the right leg and pull with the left one. So the PVC pipe will not move. It just does opposite motions. I'm going to push for about 5 seconds, then relax, and then we'll do another 5 seconds. We'll just do 5 sets of 5. Then we will retest after that 5 sets of 5 to see if we have lengthened that QL appropriately before we go into a session. That way we're balanced and a little safer going into our squats. All right, good to go. And then, like I said, we'll just get back up against the wall. We'll check that measurement again, see if those ankles line up, and we'll be good to go. Hips should be nice and balanced.